right, collectors, today on the channel, you know what? It occurs to me, there haven't been many toy releases as of late. That's why I haven't been, a lot of them have already been reviewed by toy tubers way better than me. But I still like to review my toys and give an opinion every now and then when I think it might matter. But before we get into all of the stuff that I was gonna get into, if you guys have a action figure or something that you'd like for me to review, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you'd like for me to go over or review. Hopefully I have it. If I don't have it, I'll see about getting it, but hopefully it's something that you've seen in the haul, and that'll be easier, right? If it's already picked it up, if you've already seen it in the haul, then I can knock it out. Still need to get to that Skeletron. Never got to it. Family first. A lot of other obligations come before this, but this is still an important part of my life, so that's why I keep doing it. Anyways, what are my favorite places to go to collect action figures, to collect toys, right? Everybody knows the big box retailers, Walmart, Target, Hasbro, Pulse. We all know those. Those are... Now, that's not to say that they're not worth anything. One of the most important things that I have to tell you is, and I know some of you have some kind of feelings about this, and that's Hasbro Pulse Premium membership. Number one, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I buy so much BS from Hasbro that the membership pays for itself within the first couple months. I mean, just in shipping alone, just in savings from shipping. And then also in the savings and headaches for me being able to order before everybody else does. So if I have any bit of information for you from the big box store, is get the Pulse Premium membership. That pays for itself in dividends, in peace of mind and in shipping. But yeah, big box stores, you guys know about that. But what are some places that you don't know about? Oh, a Big Bad Toy Store. Everybody knows about Big Bad Toy Store. So everybody knows about those. But what about the other ones? And what I'll do is I'll leave links to all these stores that I go to, the secret stores that I go to, in the description below. So you guys, we'll talk about each one, and then you guys can. Now, I've done business with all of them. So I've spent money there and they've sent me back items. And most of these I've talked to their customer service before, and they've been actually pretty good. They've been actually really good. Matter of fact, I have a really low threshold for when companies don't provide good customer service. Because to me, if you're buying this stuff, it's all about the customer service, because none of this BS is mandatory. All of this is completely optional. So a lot of the companies that, in little toy stores that do this, if you don't have good customer service, to the moon with you. I don't need your aggravation. You need to cater to me and treat us as customers right. I mean, like I said, none of this isn't food, this isn't air, this isn't clothing, something I need. So anyways, let's get to it real quick. The number one place, well, we'll just, these aren't in any particular order, except for maybe the last one. Anyways, one of the best places that I like to go to for third-party figs, and a lot of you probably know about this, but some of you main collectors don't know anything about this, is a little place called 5K Toys. Again, I'll leave I'll put a screenshot of it up here, but I'll leave a description in the comments below, or a link to it in the comments below, as I said earlier. 5K Toys has a bunch of third-party KO, not fully licensed products. Some of them are licensed, some of them are full meal deals, the real deal thing, but a lot of them aren't. But I like to get some of my action figures from there. So it's a cool place. It's a reputable place. So yeah, check them out. Now, a lot of times what they'll do is have you put down a deposit, and then you pay a second payment. They send you a special link for a second payment. So it's a little bit of a cluster there, but I get it. They're a small mom and pop shop. They don't want to get too burned. when they order these things. You know, they're not a big bad toy store where they can, you know, order by the truckload. You know, mom and pop's stores have to kind of hedge their bets a little bit, right? You know, you put down a chunk of change so we know you're going to come make that second payment. The other place I go to, now this is a store that's really just started out. I remember when they first came onto the scene, they had a few things, but they weren't as big as they are now, and that's Gridiron. Now Gridiron is putting out some amazing stuff, and they don't do action figures. Gridiron does mostly, I hurt my wrist, by the way. That's why you're going to keep seeing this. Anyways, and Gridiron does mostly like custom weapon systems, add-ons that you can add to your Stinger or you know, different, you know, the Trouble Bubble, you know, just make different things with the world building, different weapons, guns that you can outfit your characters, helmets, stuff like that. A lot of world building, a lot of equipment for action figures you can find at Gridiron, and I'll put a link up here, you know, a picture of it up here. Valaverse. A lot of us do know Valaverse, but a lot of us don't. So I've always really liked, and I know people are going to say everybody knows Valaverse. No, not everybody who watches Toy Tubers knows about Valaverse. They're a great little alternative to G.I. Joe Classified or world building to G.I. Joe Classified. You can add that into the mix. So I happen to really like what Valaverse has been putting out. So I've been buying quite a bit of it, actually. So, and especially like the Praetorian Guard, man, that figure is amazing. So anyways, good stuff out of Valaverse. Bobby Vala puts out some good stuff. They're another company that's kind of like Gridiron, and they're starting to get big with that war rig we talked about earlier, Pixis Designs. Again, add-ons for vehicles, you know, some custom, you know, kind of world building supply crates type stuff. Go check them out. I think they're on Etsy mostly. I think they did get their own. They're on Etsy. I'll put the link to the Etsy store below, and then you can go from there. And you know, anyways, Pixis. There it is. All right, moving on from that, Arsenal of Pew Pews. I'll put a picture of it over here. You know, some of the names that are on these stores are absolutely bananas. But Arsenal of Pew Pews has some really great little weapon systems. They mostly do like guns, like specialized little guns that you can do for your Joes or your Marvel Legends, you know, 1/12 scale. And they look, yeah, they're really cool looking. So go check them out, you know, a little Etsy store. Their stuff that they carry changes from time to time. So, you know, I really, really, really liked their Fang weapon for Cobra. It just looked amazing. I mean, so I bought quite a few of those. I actually emailed them a while back and said, hey, you guys ever gonna get some more of those? Because I need more. I need more for my troops. Let's see, who else? Oh, Robot Kingdom. If you guys are ever hard up for a specific figure that you don't want to wait another 3 months for, 2 or 3 months for in the States, Robot Kingdom sometimes gets those really early. Like, I mean, they get released in China. They don't have to go anywhere, right? So it's right there. And they don't have to wait for a cargo boat or anything like that. So boom, they're released immediately for sale in China. And you know, you can get that shipped to you express over to the US. They're pricey. They're really pricey, especially the shipping part of it. So if you want to get stuff early, you can go there, but they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for shipping. And sometimes an arm and a leg for the actual figure, depending on how, you know, so they do, and this is one thing that's kind of irritating. They do, what did we start to call that now? Dynamic pricing, or how to scalp the customer just a little bit more. So, but anyways, it's an option. I've exercised that option on occasion. Do I recommend it all the time? No, I recommend patience. But if you're impatient and gotta have it, I mean, there it is. You know, you don't have to wait till it's here. You can just go get it from China. What else do we have? Comics and Cocktails. That is a store that's in the UK, and sometimes that's like your second chance. Or sometimes they get stuff early. There's no real telling with them sometimes. I've ordered stuff from them a few times, and usually when I order it, it's because I missed it completely in the States, and now I have to go get it from the UK. I don't know why they get it after us. If they're closer, I would think, to China. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, they're my second chance sometimes, or sometimes they get it before we do. So it is what it is. That's like my backup store, and I'll head over there and check them out. But again, arm and a leg for shipping, arm and a leg. So be careful with that. We all know Big Nerdy. Well, most of us know Big Nerdy, Nerdzoic. I don't use them as much simply because, and I'm sorry, Big Nerdy, your shipping is, I get it. You have to charge it because otherwise you don't make a profit, and your margins are super slim. Brother, you gotta, you can't compete with Big Bad, and you can't compete with free shipping sometimes. Now, I have ordered from Big Nerdy or Nerdzoic as a backup store, as sometimes when I'm going to buy extra of something, I will order from him because I know I'm going to go over the minimum quantity he sets. I think he said for the holidays, I think he set it for like $100 or something like that in free shipping. But yeah, he's always very reliable, excellent customer service. If anything, sometimes I order from him to support a fellow collector and a small business guy. Why wouldn't you want to support a small business guy? Because it charges shipping. Anyways, love you, Nerdy. You do good work, sir. All right, SiFi Toys. I've ordered from them a few times. I mean, they carry toys. They carry toys, and sometimes they carry toys that not everybody has in stock. So that's another place to look at. Toy Snowman, he gets them sometimes early, but he's all the way up in Canada. Shipping is not that bad. Not as bad from the UK, not as bad from China, but it's still pretty pricey. It's much pricier than if it is in the US. So just be careful with that as well. Yeah, just know that him and DJC Collectibles, sometimes you can get a code from just type in to see, get a code, and sometimes you can save on shipping from those guys. There's some toy tubers out there who shall remain nameless on my channel that have discounts, so go out there and check it out. I'm not sponsored by any of these stores. I'm just giving you guys some options on where to buy cool stuff and where to go if you find yourself, I'm not paying eBay scalp prices. Everybody knows about eBay too, so I'm not saying nothing new there. But if you want to avoid doing that, or if it's not available on eBay, or if it's an astronomical price there, these are some options. Again, these are all options. Toy Dojo. This is a little comic book shop, like a little comic booky place that's, I think it's in Austin, and I've ordered from them many times, many times. They're fantastic. Their orders get to me within 2 days. So, and it's because they're in Austin. They're in state. I mean, they're not right down the street, but they're about 4 hours from me. So, yeah, Toy Dojo, great place to order from. I've had zero issues with them. Another place, I thought I'd just mention them because I have gotten a couple things from them before, and that is Toy Dojo. Or no, not Toy Dojo, Hella Dope Toys. Nice guys, never had a problem with them before, so if you feel like ordering from Hella Dope Toys, check them out. They've got some good stuff. Sometimes they have some really good specials too. And it's the little guy. It's the little guy trying to make, trying to hustle in the world, trying to help us out and, sell a few toys to collectors. Finally, Marauder Gun Runners. I never knew about this place. Apparently they've been around for a very long time. But Marauder Gun Runners is they're a very economical place to get some very cool weapons. So for your 1/12 scale figures, they don't have an astronomical selection, but they do have a decent selection of weapons. And they're very well priced, very well priced. So if you want to build up your collection of extra weapons and stuff for your figures, and you know, I think they started out as a 3 3/4 inch, gun supplier. Sounds weird. But now they're moving into the more lucrative, in my mind, way more lucrative area of 1/12 scale gun running. Anyways, and finally, the best place to get your action figure fix. The Metroplex Toy Show Collectible. Collectible Toy Show. Any toy show. I'm not just shilling my toy show. It's not my toy show. It's Leonard's toy show. Any toy show that you can get to, the North Dallas one, the Metroplex one, my favorite, the Metroplex one. Get out there. You can find some really great deals for some really great people, and it never hurts. Here's what I've always said: it never hurts to ask if that's the best you could do. What are they going to say? Yeah, that's the best I could do. That's it. So, or you could even say, here's another hint. Is this the least you take for it? You could always start with that. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask. Anyways, or you could just pay the price that they're asking. Sometimes it is the best price. So if you see a price and it's the best price, and you're willing to pay it, then maybe pay that price. But it doesn't hurt to ask. If that's the best they can do, that's the best they can do. So, well, that's it, guys. I thought I'd start the year off with a bunch of sources where you can source your collecting habit. Or wait a minute. A lot of places where you can keep your habit going, or your toy addiction growing. I don't know. Again, this is just nothing but fun. Toy collecting is always optional. You don't have to do this. If you're on your last dime, leave this in the dust and go take care of what needs to be taken care of. But those are the sources that I use to supplement my collecting and to make sure that I pick up the stuff that I want to pick up. So I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Don't forget, leave an action figure or something you'd like for me to review down in the description below. If I have it, hopefully it's in a haul that I've picked up, and we'll go through it. If it's something that I don't have, well, that's going to take a minute for me to go get it, and maybe somebody will review it by then before that. So, but yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Special thanks to the members for their generosity, their input, their guidance, allow me to bring you better content. So, guys, thank you for watching. Remember this. If you're out there at struggling to find toys, upset about not being able to get the best price, angry, you're doing it wrong. Go to some of these places and pick you up some deals or find some toys. This is just a fun hobby. It's not worth it. You're doing it wrong. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling it out.